Knicks. We bounced back once again. But we did drop the first two games. Historic, losses, and especially game one. Being up 14. Pacers coming back. Karl-Anthony Towns, he starred in game 3. 20 points in the fourth quarter. We're going to talk about that. Of course, we're going to talk about the lineup change. The lineup, what an adjustment from Coach Tibbs. And I'm also going to get to, in our flagship topic, the one big adjustment Coach Tibbs made to save the season, as we talk about it on this week's episode of This Week Inside the Knicks. Salute Knicks Nation and welcome to This Week Inside the Knicks. I am your host, Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan. Straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. And you know the vibes, y'all. Man, what a week it has been. A complete emotional roller coaster. I want to salute to all the people in the building early. HRM, the great Knicks Tape Madness Discord server channel member. I see you in here early. Sam, I see you up in here early as well. Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. Salute to all my people in the building early. And one thing I want to say, happy Memorial Day. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your Memorial Day. I'm not going to stay too long today. I know I always say that, but I'm going to definitely get a move on it. And because I want to, just in case people don't catch it on the first go, I want to make sure they have a good replay value, man. This week was one of the craziest weeks I've ever seen. Just an emotional roller coaster. The Knicks call-up show we did on Friday was definitely doom and gloom, right? But I did try to make it a positive angle. Can the Knicks come back, down 0-2? And, they fought hard in game 3. So we're going to be talking about that. Of course, we're going to be talking about the time periods between May 18th and the 25th, right? As you can see, some of the topics I got on the screen. A lot of game 3 stuff we're going to talk about. I do got some smoke of the week. No comment of the week. I didn't get a chance to do a comment of the week, but we'll get no problem. Trying to think if there's anything else. Tomorrow for game 4, I will be doing a post-game show. Last night I was outside. Couldn't really do a post-game show for game 3, but we will do one for game 4. And so be on the lookout for that. It'll probably be a before midnight show or around midnight, because the game usually ends around 11 or right before 11. So I'll let you guys know exactly the time. And I'm trying to think if there's any more announcements. Like, once again, happy Memorial Day to all the fallen veterans, all right? I'm going to jump into research mode. As you know by now, if you've been watching the podcast, this podcast is dedicated to a vlog. And it's a blog. It's dedicated to the Knicks, documenting the Knicks 365, 7 days a week. Give me 50 minutes, I give you the Knicks. So this entry here is like a weekly digest. That's the best way to describe it. All you got to do is go to thisweekinsidethenix.com. Pal, that'll take you to this page here. Scroll down. You see, bam, playoffs. Episode 4. That's one. Well, hold on. Let me show you how you get to it. So pal, okay. This is episode 5. I got to change it. This is really episode 5. Anyway, you click on this and you'll be able to see all this news from the week. So if anytime you miss anything or you want to make sure you're up to date with everything, all you got to do is go to thisweekinsidethenix.com on Mondays and it'll get you right. So this is where we're going to be reading from. I'm going to start with some of the special highlights, all right? So, and I'm going to talk more about this a little bit later, but New York City awarded the Knicks with street names after them, right? And I think how it works is based on your number. So every player, as you can see here, Ariel with the number 55. So he's on 55th Street. Landry Sherman, number 44, West 44th Street. Not sure if you guys actually seen these streets, but, it's cool stuff. I guess, a good way to get New Yorkers in playoff mode and support the team. I'm going to talk more about that, but, salute to the Knicks for getting street signs named after it. named after them. I don't want to talk about that. I do want to talk. This was an interesting highlight here. How many of you guys remember this card? And how many of you guys remember the Menendez brothers? The Menendez brothers, who allegedly, took out their own parents, crazy stuff. But how many of you guys remember this card? With them, it's kind of crazy. Let me see if I can zoom in. It's kind of crazy because, oh, I ain't mean to print. Can't zoom in, guys. Hold on, let me just cancel this out. But they were at the game, and you can see Mark Jackson. This is a Mark Jackson card. So with these two brothers being on the card, it boosted the card's value over the weekend, right? Or recently. Maybe not over the week. Well, it's dated May 25th. Hold on. It said here, the trading card featuring New York Knicks guard obtained by Fox News gained notoriety after the Eagle Eye collectors noticed the Menendez brothers sitting in the pair of floor seats. That's crazy. So the price surged with some listings reaching $100. I think this card was like a couple of cents. So salute to is that HRM that trades? Do you know anything about this HRM? I think I put this in the Discord server too, but I just thought that this was interesting that the Mark Jackson card with the Menendez brothers on it, it just kind of blew up out of nowhere. Once a Knick, always a Knick. So I just threw that in there for fun. Let me keep it moving. Jalen Brunson passed Patrick Ewing for the most, for the record of the most 30-point games with 19, right? And of course, they got to say he may not get more chances to add to this total this season, right? This is Brian Mahoney. First off, salute to JB for crushing all of the, records in Knick lore. I mean, honestly, I know we're in a dogfight with this series, but if he can get us to the NBA Finals, Jalen Brunson, under his leadership, he has to be up there in the top 5, top 3 Knick all time. I'm sorry. I mean, if he gets us to the promised land in his 3rd year and this team still has a little bit more life left, I think that's a huge accomplishment. But him getting the 30-point games, JB, man, he is special. He is definitely special. Let me keep it moving. And of course, while he got to the 30-ball list, he's also climbing the scoring list. Jalen Brunson passed all-time scorers in the postseason: Vince Carter, George Gervin, Anthony Davis, George Hill, Michael Cooper, Don Nelson, Paul Millsap, and he's number 110 now in the all-time scoring list, and he's doing this in his 3rd year. Jalen Brunson, man, he's putting up a hell of a numbers, and he's having a hell of a career as a Knick. So also the All-NBA teams came out, and honestly, the Knicks going down 0-2 ruined my call-up show because I was going to go in on the NBA. Karl Anthony Towns, he was listed to the All-NBA 3rd team alongside Cade Cunningham, Tyrese Haliburton, the Opt, James Harden, Jalen Williams. So those were the All-NBA 3rd teamers. And of course, Jalen Brunson landed on the All-NBA 2nd team, which I thought was a snub. I also thought Towns should have also been on the 2nd team. But Jalen Brunson makes the 2nd team alongside Steph Curry, Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, and Evan Mobley. And salute to Donovan Mitchell, right? I understand he had one hell of a year. But if you ask me, okay, his team had a better year than Brunson. The Cleveland Cavaliers are the regular season champions. But Jalen Brunson, man, I felt like out of all of the guards in the East, I just thought he had the better season, Still a top 3 seed. Clearly the engine behind the Knicks, but they gave him the 2nd team. Can we get a first teamer? I don't know. Don't understand it. Don't get it. It's still a good honor, but I just thought that he and Cat should be moved up one team. What do you guys think? Do you guys think I'm maybe just asking for too much there? I don't know. Let me see what you guys say in the chat. By the way, salute to everybody that just joined. This is the podcast, This Week Inside the Knicks. This is episode 5, and we're covering all the hot topics between May 19th to the 25th. Let me see. Some of the topics there we're going to be talking about. Nah, can't use that. But some of the topics I'm gonna be talking about Coach Tibbs and the one adjustment he made to save the next season, and I don't think it's the adjustment you think it is. Okay. We'll also be talking about Game 3 in a second. We'll talk about some of the other hot news from the postseason. Karl-Anthony Towns' big fourth quarter. We'll get into that in a second as well. So let me see what's up. J-Tap. J-Tap said, I aged 20 years last night. Salute to J-Tap. He's a part of Knicks Tape Madness Discord server and channel member. J-Tap. And he's a mod too. But J-Tap, how did you feel about it to all the people in the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server? Because I was outside last night. And I watched up to halftime. I rewatched the game this morning before the live. Was I bugging last night? I exploded in the Discord server last night. I was just so mad. Coach Tibbs, what is he doing? I mean, for that moment, I was a part of the anti-Coach Tibbs hive, man. Dog growls for me for going crazy last night. So yeah, I'm with you, J-Tab. We definitely aged. Sherman said we won Game 3 because because no show. Cat finally came to the party. Cat has been MIA for 11 quarters. I'm still looking to dump on Cat at the end of the season. Damn, Sherman, got to be a little bit more positive. Yuri says, I'm worried about Game 4 Magnet Bowl. Pacers Game 3 are 10-0. Listen, as you can see, history is meant to be broken, all right? History is meant to be broken. Let me see. Yuri says, man, Cat ain't getting traded. Oh, we talking about trading Cat. Salute to Tendrell, channel member, and Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. Salute to you. You see what he's saying? He's on the All-NBA 13, so he is objectively All-NBA, Sherman. How is Cat not an All-NBA player? I could have sworn he was on 4 NBA teams. I could have sworn Cat was on 4 NBA teams. How is he not an All-NBA player? So if you make 4 NBA teams, like, what do you want from the dude? Like, hold on, real quickly. What's with all the Cat hate? How are we getting Cat hate? He just balled out. Like, Knick fans are the worst, bro. How are we gonna get on Cat? Oh, he got 2 All-NBAs. Okay. So that means that he made it twice. So that's not even a fluke. Like, if you get on the All-NBA team one time, okay, but he got 2 All-NBA teams. How is he not an All-NBA player? Why are we bashing Cat right now? I don't understand. Cat saved the season. He's one of the reasons why the season is still going on. Let me see if there's any more highlights here. Let me see. New York celebration, streets. We talked about that. Oh, okay. Some more highlights. And this is why the NBA needs New York. They need the Knicks. TNT Sports. All right. This was a game. What game was this? I think this was Game 1. Yeah, Game 1. So during Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, it generated 6.6 million views. The most watched ECF since 2018. Listen, NBA. Okay? I'm not saying that I want you guys to cheat, even though I do think there's a such thing as cheat codes, even though I say it in fun most of the time. But this is the time to, let me just move my phone out the way. And this is the time to, in my opinion, rig it. Okay, you see the ratings you getting with the Knicks. No one's going to watch Indiana and no other Midwest team in the finals. No one's going to watch it. I'm sorry. You got to get the Knicks in the building. Do you see what we're doing? We're getting the most viewership since 2018. And I don't even know who was there. Oh, 2018. Who was in the Eastern Conference Finals? We can look that up right quick. Let's see. 2018 Eastern Conference Finals, man. The Knicks, the NBA needs the Knicks. All right? The NBA needs the Knicks. This is the time to get us there, man. Give us a push, man. I'm joking. I'm joking, guys. I'm not serious. I don't want it cheap. You know, I'm not a cheater. I'm just saying, you know, we bring the ratings. So okay, so it was the Celtics and the Cavs. There you go. Big market teams. And LeBron James. All right, cool. Let me keep the show moving. Let's see. Jalen Brunson receives an All-NBA vote. I mean, an MVP vote. Now, I think Jalen Brunson was number 10th in voting. Yeah, he was tied with James Harden and Evan Mobley in 10th place. Do you think that that was a snub? Last year, Jalen Brunson was 5th in MVP voting. This year, he's 10th, right? And I don't know. I mean, I think that the MVP vote is, I think it's a flawed system. You know, I feel like they could come up with a better way to see who's MVP. One could argue Jalen Brunson had more help this year than the year prior, so okay, that might drop him down in the rankings. But I don't know. I just feel like JB is he's getting the notoriety, he's getting the acknowledgement, but I just feel like they still kind of like don't really give him 100% of his props. But what do you guys think about that? He was 10th in MVP voting, and he got a MVP vote. Let me see. Okay, here's another viewership, and I'm gonna move the show along. So NBA playoffs draw second largest audience in the first 2 rounds since 2014. Check this out. NBA viewership trailing only elevated levels 2 years ago, the highest in more than a decade. NBA players' games are averaging 3.5 million viewers across ABC, ESPN, ESPNU, TNT, and NBA TV entering the conference finals, up 2% from last year, and the second highest average since 2014, right? With ESPNU, NBA TV excluded, that average rise up to 4.17 million, up 3%. And still the second highest since 2014. The 2023 playoff, which included several viewership milestones in the first 2 rounds, holds the top spot. So, hey, man, once again, what happened last year in the playoffs, right? What happened, not last year, what happened this year in the playoffs? Last year, the Knicks wasn't in it. 2023, the Knicks wasn't in it. The bottom line, what I'm trying to tell you right now, because the Knicks shocked the world, and I think also the upsets help overall too, with Indiana, surprising the Cleveland Cavaliers and things of that nature. I think that that's what people want to see, man. They tired of seeing the same old, same old. They tired of seeing the same old, same old. So, salute to the Knicks and the NBA for getting the views that they deserve. But don't second guess for a second that the Knicks are not a part of that. The Knicks are a major part of that. All right, so yeah. And that's all for the special highlights. I'm going to move. There's a lot of special highlights this week. I'm going to move on to some playoff stuff, and then I'm going to jump into Game 3, right? Now, I got some more stuff to get to before Game 3. And by the way, if you just joined, this is the podcast, episode 5, This Week Inside the Knicks. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed, right? Hit the like button regardless. And if you are a subscriber, consider joining the channel. Okay. So I'm going to move forward. We got here some interesting stuff here. So I want to put this out here for the negative Nancy's. And, let me give myself some space. But listen, to all the negative Nancy's and to the people talking about Karl Anthony Towns in the negative light, I don't know why, right? Now, we know no team who lost 0-2 at home came back. But there are teams that came back from 2-0, okay? And I want to stay optimistic no matter what, right? You got the I don't want to go back to 1969, but damn. 1969 Lakers versus Warriors, but 1994 Rockets versus Suns, right? These are some of the teams. 2005 Mavericks, I said 1969. Wow, seeing that as the first series there, I ain't gonna lie, that made me feel like, damn, this shit is impossible. This is some stuff, once in a lifetime stuff, but it's some more as you go down, okay? The 2005 Mavericks versus the Rockets, right? And the 2017 Celtics versus Bulls. And of course, a lot of us remember the 2021 Clippers versus Mavericks, okay? And wasn't Shaman a part of this series? This Clipper series? I wonder if Shaman was a part. Either way, the bottom line is, it's not out of the norm, right? Completely for a team to come back 2-0. Now, it's the flip side to it. No one has done it as the home team. But I will say this, and I want to salute to everybody that was on the pod on the call-up show Friday, and there was a couple of people that called up. Fritz was one of them. He called up, and a lot of you guys wasn't, conceding to the fact that the Pacers are the better team, because I was beginning to lean that way. I didn't want to believe it in my heart, mind, body, and soul that, damn, is just Indiana a better team? But last night's victory showed me that, we could easily be up 2-1 right now. Easily in the commanding position going into game 4. So I now feel, as I always felt, we are the better team, which gives me a lot of hope. And I think that because us and Indiana are the two best road teams, and I think we're the best road team, to be honest, because we've done a lot of our dirty work and success on the road. I think we win tomorrow. I think we win tomorrow. And it might be another dogfight. If it is another dogfight, I think what works in our favor is that I don't see the Knicks losing too many close games. Like, we lost game 1, we lost game 2. I don't see the Knicks losing 3 close games in a 7-game series, because we're a really good closing team. We are really good down the stretch, overtime, all of that clutch stuff. We are probably amongst the best, if not the best team in the league. So Indiana doesn't have the firepower to sustain a big lead against us. That's what game 3 taught me, that even if they're up 20, we're always going to be within reach, because we have more firepower than them. It's a simple fact. Yeah, they got a lot of double-digit scorers, but those guys are not killers. They don't got no killers on their team. Siakam had the one game, like I told y'all. I said, Siakam, 39 points. Siakam, 39 points. He won't have another 30-point game for the rest of the series. So let me move forward. So just to give some optimism about the 0-2 deficits, those are a bunch of 2-0 comebacks. Like I said, we've seen one in 2021. So it's not out of the question, y'all. It's not out of the question. I always say, give yourself an opportunity and a chance to do what you got to do. Let's see. I'm trying to see where I want to go next. All right, so because I don't want to spend too much time. Here's another thing too, right? And it's funny, right? Like, this playoffs for us has been a complete parallel to other teams. Like, us and Indiana, to me, were like on two similar courses, where I felt like when you look at round 2, very similar rounds. They took the first 2 games on the road. We took the first 2 games on the road, right? They closed it out in 5. We closed it out in 6, but we both took commanding 3-1 leads to change the face of the league going forward. And now when you look at these Eastern Conference, Western Conference finals, Timberwolves get crushed in game 1 and 2. We didn't get crushed. We lost games 1 and 2. They got crushed in games 1 and 2. And then a lot of us, even us, we were like, oh, well, we're looking over to OKC, right? I made the Marvel reference, Thanos and Dr. Doom and all these things. And then these boys come out and put on a show. I mean, a 40-point thrashing of the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? I don't want to call Oklahoma City the regular season champions, but it got me thinking, like, yo, why are we scared of a team that's never been here before? We shouldn't be scared of nobody. We shouldn't have no concerns about nobody. Right now, both series are up for grabs, right? It's not over. And, watching the Timberwolves dismantle the Oklahoma City Thunder, it made me realize, like, the championship is really right there. Like, I know the Knicks were the favorite against, I think we were the favorite against Houston in 94. But it still was Hakeem the Dream, right? It still was. Yes, we were confident that Jordan wasn't there, but I don't know if we really. I guess I should speak for myself. I'm not gonna speak for everyone. I'm gonna say in '94, I was confident, but I knew Hakeem was great. He was one of my favorite players in the league. I'm like, yo, that dude is a problem, bro. And let's face it, he was giving you in the business. But now when I look at the playoffs now, yes, SGA is amazing. He's incredible. Ant-Man is doing what he's doing. But I just don't think those guys are like, yeah, I said Dr. Doom and all these things. But, yo, honestly, man, we all are on the same level, man. None of these guys have done anything in the finals for us to be scared. And by the T-Wolves bouncing back the way they bounced back, incredible stuff. So here's another thing I want to talk about. I want to talk about Haliburton, right? After game 1. You can see him here doing the choke. But what he failed to realize is that when he did the choke, when Miller did the choke, they lost that series. Then he tried to play it off and say, oh, I know that they didn't win the series, Haliburton recounted. The Knicks would come back with the 1994 to win the 1994 Eastern Conference Finals in 7 games. So I would not like to repeat that. So if you would not like to repeat the choking that Indiana did, because they're the ones that choked. Like when Miller did that, yeah, the game, okay, we understand, but the Indiana Pacers choked that series away. And guess what? I think it's a prelude to this Indiana Pacers team choking the series away again. And I'm gonna get to the Knicks fans if we have time that took over Indy. But one of the things they were saying was Knicks in 6. That was my pick. And guess what? My pick is still alive. I think Haliburton, I think you might have made a mistake, my good friend. And I say good friend sarcastically. You are the ops. And honestly, Jalen Brunson, I do have a quote somewhere here. I'm not going to put it on the screen, but Jalen Brunson, when he said that he's still not over, he was devastated by the loss to the Pacers last year. I believe Brunson when he says that, but you can't be friends with this guy. The friendship ends, bro. It needs to end now. Please end the friendship. Let me see what you guys talking about in the chat before I move forward. By the way, salute to everybody in the chat. This is This Week Inside the Knicks, episode 5 of the 2025 playoff edition, okay? Let's see. J-Tab, depression have anything to do with any kind of voting? That's a whole nother thing, too. I didn't even want to make it about the media, J-Tab, but you're right. Yuri says it's a whole new series. Salute to Yuri, because I think Yuri, he's been given the most level-headed takes on this whole series. He came out and said Knicks in 7, didn't get too high, coming in. Also, he didn't get too low on the losses. He said, hey, I knew this series would be like this. Salute to Yuri. Tindril says, save the bashing for campaign. I'm going to tell you guys off rip. If the Knicks would have lost this series, I was getting ready to do a smoke of the week on the Knicks. That was going to be my smoke of the week. But they didn't lose, so I had to pivot. Sherwin said, Cat's the worst defensive center in the NBA. Sherwin. So where do you rank Jokic? Move forward. Esco Harlem. Salute to Esco Harlem. He says the Tibbs finally did the roster change. Up, out of hearing, over and over, foul trouble. Still prehistoric. Adapting to situations. He did a great job in game 3. Tendril says, I was heated last night. That's a fact. Yeah, I lost the gasket and I had to get out of the Discord server. I was outside anyway, but I'm just saying, like, I'm going to talk more about that, but I'm just going to say this. Players, coaches, they shouldn't listen to the fans. I'm going to explain what I mean by that in a second. Salute to Paris Duggar. Cat showing up once a month. Why are we bashing Cat? Fans forget why we here. No one's forgetting Brunson. Who's forgetting JB, the captain? Salute to the captain. By the way, sis, that's a good segue. Pow. So, as you can see, man, I got the Captain 11 hoodie right here. I got t-shirts, right? I got the Bodega Cat right here, right? T-shirt. I'm going to take you guys to the shop.theobjectiveknicksfan.com so you guys can check out some of the merch, man, and support the shop. Because one of the things I did on my channel is I salute the captain, man. Captain 11, man. Go get yourself a Captain 11 mug. This is the Captain 11 mug right here for the captain. Since we talking about Brunson, why we got here, Paris Thugger. Salute. And salute to everybody that ordered from the store. I do appreciate all you guys. The support goes a long way. But yo, this mug right here is fire. This mug right here, I got the black one. I like the black one. Everybody like that the white Captain 11 joint. Everybody likes the white Captain. I got the black joint, but the white one, everybody loves it. I don't know what happened, but everybody rocking with it, man. All you gotta do is go to shop.theobjectiveknicksfan.com or shop.thisweekinsidetheknicks.com. No matter, it takes you to the same website. Even if you go to the website that's on the screen, that's always on the screen, thisweekinsidetheknicks.com, you get there, you click on shop, it'll take you here. Right? So definitely go check out some of the merch. We also got the Bodega Cat as well. This is fire. This is another good seller right here. People love the Bodega Cat joints on the white mugs. And of course, the t-shirt, like I told you, right behind me. Bam. Bodega Cat. Go ahead and support the shop right now. Shop.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. And let me move forward, man. So, there's a lot of topics. Of course, I can't get to all this news. Like, during the playoffs and the offseason, believe it or not, like, during free agency, those times is when there's the most news article. Now, there's a lot of crap during free agency because a lot of it is just rumor stuff. But sometimes you got to get to it because those rumors they trend. People run with it, right? So, I got some more hot topics that I'm going to get into Game 3, and I'm going to get into flagship topic as well. Salute to you, Lou Boogie. Just realized I wasn't recording the pod. All right. So let me keep it moving. So we talked about hot topic. No, I didn't get to hot topics. Just got here. So I don't want to spend too much time on this stuff, but the money is crazy. Knicks could generate $832 million for New York City from home NBA playoff games at MSG. And these businesses are booming. That's a lot, bro. This is what it's bringing to the city, $832 million. Salute to the Knicks for for a thriving economy, helping the economy. I mean, bars, right? Watch parties. I'm gonna say this: if the Knicks win Game 4, since we're talking about bars and parties, I want to see something. If the Knicks win Game 4, when would Game 6 be? Because that's the 31st? Oh, for sure. Yo, listen, guys. I'm going to tell you right now. Knicks win Game 4. I'm going to Game 6 watch party. I think it'll be at the Garden. So I will be there. Count me in. So if you want to go, we could all go to that together. We can go to the Garden together. You want to watch the game with me. I will be at the Garden watch party if they win Game 4 tomorrow. Key thing is they got to win Game 4. Because this will be the 31st, which is a Saturday. All right? So this is what it's doing, man. It's getting me outside. Because I like to watch the games from the crib. But I'll go to the watch party. And if you guys want to come to the watch party too, we could. But look at this. $832 million this is generating, man. Big business. Big money, big business by the Knicks going to the playoffs. Look at this. Each home game in the conference finals is expected to generate an estimated $91 million for the city. The mayor's office said adding wealth is expected to spread well beyond Midtown and across the 5 boroughs. Man, it's a big deal. NBA, call a ref up. Nah, I'm just. Hey, yo, we need to make sure the Knicks win no matter what. Oh man, we stop. Okay, so in other news, Charles Oakley, right? I've been talking about the Charles Oakley case against MSG ever since it went to trial. And so the Knicks opened the door, or I'm not sure if is it in trial? I'm not sure. Whatever it is in court, okay? We've been covering this since the beginning. The Knicks have opened the door, right? The ball's in Charles Oakley court. They will welcome him with open arms as a celebrated team alumni if he drops the lawsuit against the owner, James Dolan. Now, I don't know how to feel about that, because if Oakley is under the impression that he could get some bread from this, I'm not going to tell him to not get the bread. But if the case is just not strong and you're not going to get any bread and it's just going to be more extensive and cost you a lot more money, man, drop the suit. Because Charles Oakley, he gave the Knicks his well wishes. He wished the Knicks do well. He wasn't giving the Knicks no hate and nothing like that. He wants to see the Knicks succeed. I'm not sure if this article's talking about it, but I did see another article where he was rooting for the Knicks. Maybe let bygones be bygones. And the post is pretty much talking about the same quote that I read. I'm gonna say this. Charles Oakley was one of my favorite players in the 90s, right? He, Starks. Of course, everybody was a Ewing fan, but to see him be the only missing link in the Garden. I'm not gonna say it's a void there, but I'm gonna say that it definitely would look a lot better if he was there. It would look a lot better if he was there. I understand what he's trying to do. He wants compensation for, the public humiliation. I get it. I respect it. But if their case isn't going anywhere, right? And it's a shame that sometimes the lawyers won't. They're going to do what's in their best interest instead of yours. So, but maybe the lawyer is advising them against the case, but, a man with pride, ego, I'm going to go forward with it. But I do like that the Knicks, on the Knicks side of things, they're willing to just let bygones be bygones. Even before this, I remember when Dolan was like, hey, yo, come to the game. Let's make amends. And Oakley didn't want to do it because Oakley wanted to do this. He wanted to go to court. But it's sad, and I'm hoping that they could work through this. That's all my take is on that. It's just sad to see Oakley not in the Garden. He if anyone deserves to be in the Garden, it's him. Can't read my own handwriting. What the world's going on? Okay, so I know I gave a highlight to the street signs, but I do gotta. Oh, I can't even. Hold on, not this. I do gotta. Screw it. I'll just talk about it. I thought I had another article. I do. I just don't know where it's at. I have another article. It called the street signs a consolation prize. I want to talk about that. I talked about this on the call-up show, right? So salute to everybody that watched the call-up show. I made reference to this. I think us as Knick Nation, we are very confident. We're very prideful. We want what's best for the team. We believe in our guys. But I do feel like we kind of overlooked the Pacers, man. Now, I know Coach Tibbs and those guys, they were focused. I'm not saying that they're not. A lot of things they could have did differently to not be in this hole. But I feel like everyone around the Knicks, we look past the Pacers. We planning the finals and we're like, yes, we defeated the evil boss, but them guys in Indiana could play, man. Wouldn't you wait until the end of the playoffs to give us the street signs? Why would you give us the street signs now? We ain't do nothing yet. We just beat Boston. Okay, yeah, 25 years to get back to the conference finals, 26 years to win a series. Okay, that sounds great. That sounds great. We didn't do anything. Then game 1 happens. We have the epic collapse. I can't remember the exact number. I got it somewhere. I don't feel like looking for it. But it was like 940 games where a team didn't blow a 14-point lead in the postseason. And we blow the lead and be the first one to ever do it. That's what happens when you start celebrating too early. And I feel like the street signs are premature. I could, even if we don't win the championship, I'm not saying we had to win the championship. I'm saying do the street signs after the season. Do the street signs after the season. You know what I'm saying? It is a consolation prize if we don't win. I just want to agree with that before I keep it moving. All right, cool. Let me keep it moving, man. I want to get into some game 3 stuff, and then I'm going to get into flagship. Now, I could review the whole damn game 3. I got some notes here, but I also got notes on my phone that I took for the game. I'm gonna just touch on some interesting things about game 3. And also game 3 is tied to the flagship topic, by the way, which we will get to, the one Coach Tibbs adjustment. Now, I'm gonna start here. Pacers say they didn't play their way in the game 3 loss, right? And I agree with that. One thing when you look at game 2 and game 3, I felt like those were better pace-wise, better games for the Knicks. That's how the Knicks want to play, right? Make sure that's not playing. Okay, cool. Pace-wise, that's how the Knicks want to play, right? Slower game, value your possessions. A lot of sloppy basketball in game 3, but the defense was really good. I mean, from the outset, I think when you look at the game, the team that played the most defense would win. But the Pacers, they're trying to run. Haliburton says we're just trying to get guys in the right positions, right? And then he said why he and his team slowed down from their up-tempo style in the second half. I think down the stretch, a game like this comes down to 1 or 2 possessions. So trying to execute the right way, get guys in the right spots. But yeah, it's definitely an area where I know when I watch film, I'm going to kick myself for it. And he says, I'm already kicking myself for it. I think it's just part of it. I got to be better. Honestly, I think a lot of our offense struggles in the second half were due to me. So I got to be better, and I will be better in game 4. This is what I was talking about, right? Coming into the series. What's Crimes at? Hold on, Crimes at? Why you interrupting my speech, man, with this? What is this? You said gamification, eyeballs, number 1, XP time. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but salute to you, Crumbs Dad, and salute to Crims. All right, now let me keep it moving. But slowing down the tempo benefits us, and Indiana needs to play fast. Now, here's the thing, too. They're not shooting the 3 ball that well. And I knew that coming into the game that they were not a great 3-point shooting team, right? I knew that the 3 ball is, I mean, not that they're not a great shooting team because they were shooting good in the playoffs, really good in the playoffs, but they don't shoot a lot, right? They don't shoot. So the only way they'll get us is if we turn over the ball. They're not a great rebounding team, right? They're not the best defensive team either. However, they are dangerous when they get stops and they run in transition. The fact that Haliburton is very passive And do I got the box score up here? I get it up there. When you see this score too, look, 106 to 100. This is our pace game, 106 to 100, right? Now, Haliburton, he is not a killer like that. He's not a 20-point per game scorer in the postseason, right? He was averaging 17 points coming into the series. And he's right. 20 points on 7 of 15 shooting is not going to get the job done. 2 of 8 from 3-point land is not going to get the job done. Haliburton with only 7 assists, it's not going to get the job done. So when the Pacers don't run, for me, it's to our best benefit because while the Pacers are not a bad half-court team, I just think we're a better half-court team. Because we actually got a big guy that's going to be aggressive in the paint. And Mitchell Robinson in the first quarter, I mean, he had a play where he sealed the defender and got a nice little bucket inside. I'm like, yo, if Mitch can do that, boy. So that's one thing about the game 3 that I want to touch on. The pace, I felt like, favors the Knicks. And if they're going to continue to slow the game down like that, they're going to be in trouble because they got to run. But the problem is, if the Knicks don't turn over the ball, they don't get opportunities to run. And another thing, too, with Indiana, when they're running, they're not always shooting the 3. They get to the basket and get laid. They're not like the Celtics. We're going to run, stop, kick out for a 3, preferably a corner 3. They're actually getting dunks and layups. You see it with Obi Toppin, you see it with Siakam, you see it with Mathurin. Mathurin hasn't had the greatest games, but at times when he's attacking, they get those buckets. Let me see. So gamification. Okay, this is Crimes Dad. Now we're sending a super chat. Okay. Okay, gamification, the application of typical elements of game playing, point scoring, competition. Okay, typically it's an online marketing technique to encourage engagement. Oh, okay. I like that, Crims Dad. Okay, I learned something new. Salute to you, Crims Dad. Oh, by the way, salute to still Knicks fans too in the house. I see you. Okay, Crims Dad, not game. Okay, it's pronounced gamification. All right, I learned something new. All right. So are you saying that I need to create a game or something? Or are you creating the game for people? What do I need to do, man? Online marketing technique. Okay. Oh, XP is what I did. Okay. I did it. Okay. Salute to me, Crims Dad. Salute to me. Oh. Yo, good thing I looked up. My computer about to die. That would have been bad. The stream would have been done. Yeah, we good now. We good because that would have killed the stream. Anyway, all right. Let me move forward. I'm learning stuff from Crims Dad. This is another thing I want to talk about game 3. The Knicks fans took over the building. I actually did watch the TNT post game. Look at me being petty. We won the game, so I said, you know what? Let me watch. I recorded the post game, and I went back and I watched the post game. And Shaq really doesn't want to give us our props. He really doesn't want to give us our props. But for screw Shaq, the fans behind him, you would have thought you was in Madison Square Garden. All I heard was Knicks in 6. I'm like, wait a minute, is this the right? Did I record the right game? No, this is game 3. Salute to Knicks Nation for taking over the building, man. We take over every building we at, and even in the crowd, you can hear the cheers for the Knicks when they do something right. You could, it wasn't just all Indiana out all the time. And these dudes up here chanting, this is Barkley said, these dudes up here chanting Knicks in 6, they won the game. These people are crazy, man. Look, all the Knicks fans out there in Indy, look at them. Took over the building, man. Man, salute the Knicks Nation, man. I love it. That's why oh, by the way, where's my man KF? Is KF in the chat? How you doing, KF? He was talking mad smack. KF is the Indiana fan that he always calls up on the call-up shows and he wants to troll and he was feeling himself and he said that we need to get the brooms out. Hi, KF, where are you? KF, I told you, don't disappear. There's only one game. Where are you? Maxine says the more comments you get, the higher your score gets. Is that what that is for gamification? I have no idea what gamification is. So if that's what that is, I have no idea. Keep the comments coming. If it helps the gamification, I'm with it. Shoquan says, did you see the Knicks fan fighting the Pacers fan? I did not see that. Shoquan, I did not see that. Hold on, do we got footage? I turned on. How did I turn on XP? I don't know how to do that. Where did I do that at? I don't know how to do that. I don't know what I did. You said I turned on. I don't know. Listen, I just hit the live button and I went live. I don't know what I did. Don't have no clue. But I did not see the Knicks fan fighting the Pacer fan. But I'm not surprised. Why is it when we leave town, we getting attacked? Why is that? Why is that? Yeah, we bum rushed the Indy fan, but he didn't get beat up. He just had trash thrown at him. But they didn't beat him up. We go to Boston, man. We getting into fights, police arresting. Oh, I gotta check it out on Twitter. I didn't see that. Someone on my team did it. Max, did you turn on the XP? I guess that's a good thing. I ain't mad, you know. All right, let's go. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let me see. Anything else from Game 3? All right, I'm going to combine Game 3 review with the flagship topic because the flagship topic is a part of Game 3. So this is how I'll do it. I'll just do a breakdown in Game 3. So coming into Game 3, right? And this is something that KF. Hey, KF, where's KF at? Can somebody go to Indiana and get KF? Because he said that, yo, y'all not winning Game 3. This is Indy 500 weekend, right? Indy 500 weekend, okay. That's cool. TNT, when it first came on, they said the Indiana Pacers are 0-3 on games where the Indy 500 is playing. So I said, oh, they 0-3 on Indy 500, but KF said they were going to win. So when I seen that, I was like, oh, okay. That's something to note there. Not that means anything realistically, because every game is different. But, you know, this is sports, man. We take stuff like that seriously. If you tell us a crazy stat or anything like that, you know, it's a big deal for fans, right? We are very superstitious. Where's my hat? My game day hat? Okay. So my game day hat is not over here, right? It's somewhere around here. Every time the Knicks lose and I wear a hat, I've observed the hat that I wear on games day. And if we lose, I just take the hat and I just throw it away. It's in the corner of the house somewhere. I still don't even know where Game 1 hat is. It's out of here. So Game 2, I had a different hat. But Game 3, I wore my black and orange Knicks joint. And so very superstitious. So when I see stuff like this, you know what it is, right? Now, Indiana was 4-1 on their home court, right? Knicks starters -29. Definitely going to talk about the starting lineup. Mitch in the starting lineup. Deuce has the best plus minus on the team. I think they said it was like a +20. And for the first time this series, the Knicks were an underdog. Knicks were +1.5. Didn't really know how to feel about that because usually the bookies be on the money. So I was a little concerned when I seen that, but I wasn't overly concerned. Another thing I noticed, right? So the Pacers had on 28 Knicks turnovers, the Pacers had 44 points. That's what I was saying earlier. You can't turn over the ball against these Knicks. Crim's dad, what's with the eyeballs? Number 1, I don't know what it means. What does it mean? Are you trying to get what? Because I do see the number 1s and number 2s. I don't know what it means, though. Don't know what it means, Crim's dad. Leave me alone, Crim's dad. Leave me alone. But thank you for the $2 super chat. You know what, Crim's dad? Don't leave me alone. Keep it coming, okay? I don't know what's going on, but keep it coming. Maybe I'm going to talk to you after this show, Crim's dad, so we could talk about this game, because I have no idea what it is. Double big lineup started. in my opinion, I didn't see the value of the double big lineup early. Didn't see it. I didn't see it early. I didn't see it. Andrew Neesmith, he does a great job of like avoiding picks. I never noticed that. Like he just was dodging all the picks. Like he's the official definition of a pick dodger. One of the things I'm gonna say about the Pacers dropped the ball because here's what my issue was with the double big lineup, starting it, right? One of my issues. Towns has to guard Pascal Siakam. But because the Pacers don't have a system that is conventional where we are going to feed a number one option, I feel like the Pacers don't have no options. They just got Haliburton out there. We're going to run pick and roll. We're just going to go in the flow of the game. And that's fantastic. I don't think you can win a championship like that because if Siakam is your best player, why aren't you targeting the mismatch with Towns? Towns cannot guard Siakam on the perimeter. They ran like 2 pick and rolls in the first quarter. Didn't do anything. So yes, on our side, it was great, fantastic, but like I told you, the Pacers are a socialistic system where on any given night, it could be anybody's night. What I don't want to see is them actually going to it. And we know that Towns, he gets a lot of bad fouls. A lot of bad fouls. You get him on the perimeter trying to reach and trying to swipe down or push and all those 2 fouls. Just like that. Because these refs, I mean, so inconsistent. I have an article on the blog, if y'all want to check it out, talking about the refs is about the physicality. My thing is that there's no consistency from game to game. One game, they'll let you fight. Next game, they calling everything. It's hard to play basketball in those circumstances. And the Pacers also played at a slower pace. I didn't get that. Mikal Bridges initiating offense. Not really a fan of Mikal Bridges initiating offense. Not to say that he can't do it. It's just he hasn't been doing it all year. And to switch up now, I just feel like, yeah, we need to do things differently. But completely change up everything, to me, it just didn't look right. I think that's part of the reason why. Let me go to the scores. I think that's the reason why Mikal wasn't efficient. 6 of 18. He had to do a lot of ball handling. And Mikal, to me, is not a playmaking ball handler. He was 6 of 18 from the field, 1 assist, 1 turnover. He wasn't turning over the ball, but I just didn't like the look of it. Right? Of course, let me see. So early on, the action was really minimal. It was a close game. Nothing much really to see here. Deuce McBride got the 3 fouls. DeLon Wright came in, which was a complete surprise. Right? I love that move. Slow pace. Mitchell Robinson, like I said, he had the seal and the dunk. Brunson was off in the first quarter, but 6 of 6 from the free throw line. I really do believe that Brunson is going to probably score 40 in game 4. Brunson's not going to have 2 bad games in a row. And I really do believe that if Brunson didn't get into foul trouble, he would have had 40 this game. They can't stop him. We just got to watch the fouls because Indiana, they're doing a better job than I thought at foul baiting. Knicks offense didn't have 2 turnovers, but double big lineup wasn't really a plus at anything in the first quarter, and we lost the first quarter of the series. We won both first quarters in game 1 and game 2. So that's why I'm like, why are we going to the double big lineup to start? I didn't see it. I'm going to keep it real, guys. I didn't see it early on. I didn't. I didn't see it early on. Now, yes, I understand that according to the stats, coming into the game, I think they said the Knicks was like a minus 29. The starting lineup has been terrible. But I don't think the minus 29 from the starting lineup yielded that change. I mean, there's other changes you could have made. one would have been like Precious Achiuwa, right? One would have been Deuce McBride. I don't think that you had to start the double big lineup because the Pacers are not a big team, right? I do think you need to have a guy with size to guard Siakam, but Siakam is not aggressive enough to kill you all the time. He's not. So double big line, and we were a minus. Hold on. And where is it at? I think we was a -1 on the glass. I don't got it. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I think we were a -1 on the glass. Nonetheless, moving forward, right? That was the first quarter. That's what I noticed in the first quarter. Second quarter came, right? Towns tried to get some offense going, but it just was a struggle. He picked up a couple of bad fouls. Towns, that's one thing Towns needs to work on is especially offensive foul. All right, so defensive fouls, you got to live with something. But offensive fouls, like, I mean, come on, bro. You got to be more, whether it's a post-up, whether it's a screen. I mean, he just gets bad fouls at the wrong time. Then TJ McConnell just torched us, man. I mean, TJ McConnell, he's one of the most annoying players I feel like in the league, right? And we find ourselves down 10, and then this Tony Bradley dude, they got dudes coming out of nowhere off the bench. How many of you guys even know who the hell Tony Bradley was? I didn't. I'm like, who the hell is he? You know what I'm saying? And I watched a couple of Indiana games. This dude, he was one of the dudes that rarely played. Let me see. Brunson also picked up some bad fouls. At the 6:20 mark, he went back to the old starting lineup. Until Towns had a bad, until the charge. So we never got the chance to see the old starting lineup for long because Towns had the charge where he had 3 fouls and they sat him down. Coach Tibbs, that was an adjustment because Coach Tibbs usually leaves guys on the floor, like how he left Brunson on the floor. Brunson inevitably got the 4th foul. Now, here's the thing, too. Like, so once Brunson got his 3 fouls, Pacers started targeting him. Okay? And now you got a Brunson that can't be that aggressive because he's in foul trouble. So, remember, Brunson's a contact driver. So now you got to be prepared or be, worried about charges, right? Pacers tighten up their defense. Mad turned over the Knicks. Let me see if I can pull up the exact turnovers they had in the court. I had the NBA.com. I don't know where it's at. I'm going to go there right now so we can look at the quarter-by-quarter joint. Knicks had no turnovers in the first quarter. Second quarter came, and they just forgot how to play basketball. I don't know. It just, at this point, I'm really mad. Like, I'm watching the game, and I'm just like, I'm fuming because I'm like, this doesn't even make no sense. For us to lose like this, we down 20 in the second quarter. Knicks had 6 turnovers in the second quarter. 6 turnovers in the second quarter. And then at the 136 mark, Tibbs should have took Brunson out. He gets his 4th foul, has to take him out regardless. Now, before the old starting lineup came back, I forgot to add, Shaman came in off the game, had good minutes. I thought Shaman and DeLon Wright was fantastic in the first half. Deuce came in the game. And Deuce, honestly, is what cut the lead to 13. Deuce and those guys, they started playing defense. One of the things when Brunson wasn't on the floor, even if Towns was out there, the other 4 guys' rotations were fantastic, phenomenal. I mean, incredible, fantastic. So now the lead's 13. Going to the second half, I leave the crazy voice note, right, in the Discord. And then, of course, I started watching the game. But of course, I watched it this morning, and I took some notes. Now, to start the quarter, back and forth, nothing really going. Double big lineup, once again, because that's the lineup he started, didn't make a dent in the score. Didn't do, the double big lineup did not look good. Was not the reason for any comeback. Was not the reason for any comeback. What changed was Towns, he got the foul, he got his 4th foul at the 8:45 mark, right? Stayed in for a little bit. Once Towns and Mitch wasn't on the floor together, the team started to play better. Because now on offense, when you had DeLon Wright, Shamet, Hart, right? Any of those guys with Bridges or OG, you had guys out there that were threats to score. So it was hard to hone in and key in on one guy. Because the offense, it was more spaced out, double big lineup, poor spacing, right? Poor spacing. On the offensive side. Defensive side, it wasn't bad only because the Pacers did not take advantage of the double big lineup. I think that they was caught off guard and they were surprised too. This is why I'm saying I don't think you go back to the double big lineup in game 4. But I'm not the coach. Let's see what happens. Maybe they'll do a better job. But you got to worry about Rick Carlisle and his adjustments. Okay? Now they start to attack Jalen Brunson, right? And really going at Brunson. Okay? Really trying to get him to get that 5th foul. But Brunson did a good job not picking it up. Right? And then another thing too. Somebody said this, can't remember who it was. Either way, it doesn't matter. Mitchell Robinson looks great against backup centers, against the backup bigs, right? And this is not no knock to Mitch. I love Mitch. I think he's fantastic. But when you put him up against the starting center, he might not look as good. And to me, Miles Turner had a really good, solid game when matched up against Mitchell Robinson, which is something that no one's going to talk about, right? Every time Miles Turner gets a Mitchell Robinson assignment, and they go to Miles Turner, because that's a whole nother fight when you're in Indiana, is where you get the ball, because they don't got a system where we got to give this guy a certain amount of shots. It's just too free flowing. That's why I don't see how you lose to a team like this. Like I like me personally, I don't see how you lose to a team like this. They're not structured in the way offensively to really capitalize off the mismatches, right? Like they got to be like, okay, we're going to go to Miles Turner 5 consecutive times. They don't got that in their arsenal. Look at Miles Turner. He had 19 points on 12 shots. Didn't shoot well from the 3, which thank God, because half of these misses he had was wide open, right? And he wasn't really strong on the glass. But scoring-wise, he was getting mismatches. Every time he had a mismatch, which wasn't too many times, he capitalized on it. But Mitchell Robinson, Miles Turner historically always gives Mitchell Robinson fits, right? Now, third quarter. Now, once Brunson comes out, it was a 13-point lead, so we didn't make no dent in the lead. But then Deuce comes in and goes on his own little 7-0 run, and they cut the lead to 10. And I'm feeling good at this point, right? Well, I didn't see the game in real time, but I'm like, in analyzing the game, I'm like, okay, this is good because we were able to win the quarter, right? And third quarters has been the third quarter of doom. Now, getting into the fourth quarter, right? in my mind, I'm like, I hope Coach Tibbs does the one adjustment that will save the season based off what we've seen. And that is, don't play the double big lineup again. After the third quarter, you've never seen the double big lineup again. Salute to Coach Tibbs for making another adjustment on top of the adjustment. So the first adjustment was double big lineup. Wasn't working. All right, let me go back to my old original starting lineup with Josh Hart. Right? And of course, Brunson would have been out there, but he was in foul trouble. Nonetheless, Deuce McBride was in there. Someone else said, and a couple of people said it, Deuce McBride should start. Why not? If you want to take Hart at the starting lineup, why not start Deuce? Indiana got a whole bunch of guards out there, and none of them play big. Nesmith ain't getting into the paint and posting dudes up. So why don't you start Deuce? And I would let Deuce start on Haliburton. Let Deuce start on Haliburton, right? And let Mikal get the wing guy. Now Mikal gets to be a better scoring option because now he doesn't have to chase Haliburton all over the place. I'm just saying, that just makes sense to me, but I am not the coach. And Coach Tibbs, I'm still giving him the salute for making the key adjustments and getting the win, because I don't give a damn how you get the win as long as you get the win. So in the fourth quarter, after he decided, and like I said, not going back to the double big lineup was the best thing he could do. The only time I want to see double big lineup is when Obi Toppin's out there. When Obi Toppin's out there, double big lineup all day. Obi Toppin, he's a victim. Obi Toppin, he's a victim. When Obi Toppin is not out there, and you got Siakam out there, I would avoid the double big lineup, because Indiana's going to figure out that, we could actually run pick and roll with Siakam. Because I remember, I'm not sure if it was you, Knicks will be champs in the Discord. You said that you don't care about the Siakam thing because y'all was so hell-bent on the double big lineup. And salute to J-Tap. He's another one. Listen, next year, when you get a summer and a training camp to work on double big lineup, by my guess, change it. But you can't go with a lineup that has never played together ever and think that, yes, we're going to win. You can't do that. You're going to go to a lineup that you've never seen before. Think about it. We've never used this lineup before, ever. And with our life on the line, we're going to go to a lineup we've never seen before. Here was the tweak. This is all Coach Tibbs had to do. You keep the lineup the same, and you add Shamet, and you add DeLon Wright. He didn't have to start Mitch to add Shamet and DeLon Wright to the rotation. You could have just added them. Like that. Like you didn't have to. We don't have to change everything to make change. You could have just, and so Bridges comes out, Shamet comes in. Hart comes out, Wright comes in. I mean, it don't have to be that type of, because usually also, here's another thing. When you see a double big lineup, like Cleveland, all those guys, there's another big guy on the bench that comes in. You don't realize that? Look at all the teams that run it. OKC Thunder, Hartenstein, Chet. Guess who comes in off the bench? Jalen Williams. Everybody that runs a double big lineup, they got a big guy off the bench. Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis, Lopez, Portis off the bench. You don't run the double big lineup, and then you ain't got no big man coming in off the bench, because I thought the goal of the double big lineup was to be big. You don't have to, if you want to change the starting lineup, you could go with Deuce. Deuce has played with the starters before. I wouldn't go to a lineup I never used before. That was ballsy. Salute to Coach Tibbs for being ballsy. I wouldn't have did that. I'm sorry. I would not, with my season and my job, according to some of you guys, my job on the line. I'm not doing that. So Cat proceeds to have the quarter of his life. He balls out. I mean, let me get the numbers on the screen for you. And I'm going to tell you why Cat was able to ball out. I'm going to tell you why. The reason why Cat had, in 11.24 minutes, the reason why he had 20 points and 8 rebounds is because guess what? Cat was the center. Guess what? Cat is a center, and that's his best position. In the first quarter, he was 0-2 from the field. He was looking like the Minnesota Karl Anthony Towns. Mitchell Robinson, and take him out the game. This is what Big Bodega Cat gives you. 20 points, right? 6 of 9 shooting, spacing, 3 or 4 from downtown, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds. This is just in the fourth quarter. That's fourth quarter alone. Not first half, second half. No, fourth quarter, Towns as the center. Now, defensively, I'm not going to lie. Not having Brunson on the floor helps a lot too, because you got a whole bunch of guards that could defend and hold their own. You know, no real weak links on defense. I'm still not going to say that with Brunson, that we wouldn't be better with Brunson on the floor, but I could get that counter, but it still worked with Towns at the 5, not as the 4, not with Towns as a power forward, because look, this is quarter 1. Quarter 1, Karl Anthony Towns, -1, 0 points, 0-2 from the field. He did get 5 rebounds. That's what you want from Karl Anthony Towns? Mitchell Robinson looked more like Towns. He had 6 points, 3 or 4 from the field, and 4 rebounds. But we still lost the rebounding battle. 11 to 14. My fault. We was -3 on the glass. I said -1. Double big lineup did not yield positive results. Not starting. Let me see if we got something on the bench. I know. We got some Nick. Can't remember his Knicks Tape Madness Discord. Let me see. My man Still Nick fans. That's facts. They're eliminating his aggressiveness. Thank you, Still Nick fans. Hey, by the way, Still Nick fans, I'm not sure if you're going live tonight, but Still Nick fans has his weekly show he does Monday nights. It's a holiday, so I'm not sure if you still rocking Still Nick fans, but salute to you if you are. J-Tab says, salute to J-Tab, Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. Handle member. Let me see. Objective, you got to stop trying to twist the narrative. Nah, I'm not twisting no narrative. What narrative am I twisting? Keep Hart sorry behind off the bench. I'll tell you what, if Hart was in the bench on the fourth quarter, you lose the game, J-Tap. Tibbs was drawing crap at the wall so he could say he tried everything just in case they lost. I agree with that. Yeah, that's a fact. But J-Tap, he did not end the slow start. He did not end it. He actually enhanced the slow start because we didn't win the first quarter. We lost the first quarter. It didn't help. Double big lineup did not help. I'm sorry. I hate to burst your bubble. It's not the answer against the Indiana Pacers. Against the Cleveland Cavaliers, yes, I think it would work a lot better. Tibbs never tried anything, so that's our issue. Double big is fine. He just has to figure it out. You can't figure it out right now, Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. You figure that out in the offseason during the summer. E. Gibson. Hey, E. Gibson, ain't you? No, that's not Eric. That's Eric. Salute to E. Gibson. You need to put your players in the position to be successful, but they still need to perform. That's a fact. Crimes Dad says start Deuce over. Yeah, I'd rather start Deuce over Mitch. I'd rather start Deuce over Mitch, for sure. Guaranteed. 100%. Tibbs being a coach finally helps. Seems like Knicks fans in the media and podcasters think that every Nick but Towns plays good defense and do nothing wrong. Okay. That's true. I do think that there's a knock on his defense. Going 27 to 30 from the line and hitting our free throws down the stretch might be understated, but it was huge. Okay. Shock TJ was not used in the fourth. That's on them. That's on them. But once again, see, when you say HRM, when you say you shot TJ wasn't using the fourth, they don't. You listen. Pacers could win the championship. I don't know. I'm not a future teller, right? I don't want them to win. But based on what we've seen in the history of basketball, you need to have structure to your offense. Like, you need to say, okay, this is the first option, this is the second option, this is the third option, that's the sixth man. They don't run like that. They go by the feeling of the game. If it was me, Siakam, we running pick and roll 5 times on Towns. We're going to see if we could foul bait them. They don't got that in their arsenal. That's why I picked us to win, because I don't know how you win in a team structure like that, where it's just like super highly focused on the group and no individuals. J-Tap says Deuce over Mitch is a joke. I'm going to keep it real, J-Tap. I want to keep the starting lineup the same. J-Tap, you can't tell me in this game, what did the big lineup, the double big lineup do that the regular starting lineup didn't do in the first 2 games? What did the big lineup do in this game that the regular starting lineup didn't do in the first 2 games? And don't say win the game, because the double big lineup is not what won this game. You see the numbers here. Listen, these are not my numbers. Mitchell Robinson played a total of 36 seconds in the fourth quarter. We came into the fourth quarter down 10. They didn't make up ground with the double big lineup, had nothing to do with the comeback. 0 to do, even if you want to go to the third quarter. Let me put things in perspective for you. Third quarter, Mitchell Robinson played the majority of the third quarter. Towns played, there was a good 4-minute stretch where Towns wasn't out there. Right? And that's when they went on their run. They went on their run when Towns and Mitch wasn't on the floor. Mitchell Robinson had 1 rebound in the third quarter. He played 11 minutes and had 1 rebound. I'm just saying, like, I do think the double big lineup has value, just not as a starting group. You can't tell me that you watched this game. I watched it twice. At least I watched it 1.5 times. Double big lineup hasn't done anything, bro. It did not. And then in the second quarter, same thing. They were staggered. 5 minutes for Towns, 5.5 minutes for Towns, 6.1 minutes for Mitch. First quarter, first 6 minutes of the game was tied. Then they went on a little run. Double big lineup didn't do anything. Crimes Dad, why are we getting on Tibbs? Tindra said maybe the double big lineup didn't work in the first quarter, but it started the chain reaction and rotations that won the game. I'm going to say this, Tindrell. You could have did the same rotations and didn't do the double big lineup. I mean, it's very simple. Out comes Josh Hart. In comes Shamet. Out comes Mikal Bridges. In comes DeLon Wright. That's not hard, bro. Trust me, that is like very simple. And we talked about this on the call-up show. He needs to play Shaman. He needs to play DeLon Wright. You don't need to change the starting lineup to do that. It's very simple. Trust me. I mean, it is not hard at all. But I do agree that the double big lineup failure is what led to the adjustments that was made later. So, yeah, you could argue that. Yo, Tindrell, stop. What are you talking about? How? What evidence did you have? First off, here's the thing that you guys don't need to realize. Game 1, we was winning game 1. We were dominant in game 1. Very dominant. What happened was we played not to lose. and the Pacers went on a crazy run, an all-time, once-in-a-lifetime run. That's the only reason why we lost game one. We should have won game one. You up 14 points with 3 minutes left in the game? Come on, stop. That has nothing to do with double big lineup, bro. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. The double big lineup did not play enough. Here's another thing, too. Oh, plus minus, right? This is what I'm saying when we look at advanced stats. You got to put it into the proper context. Double big lineup that has not played a lot of time together. The Knicks starting lineup played the most minutes out of any other starting lineup. I am not going to go away from the same lineup that has gotten me to this point. It doesn't make any sense. With the tweak that needed to be made, which was the playing Shamet and Thing. That was the tweak. It has nothing to do with the starting lineup. We won every single first quarter. Oh, except this game. Think about it. Come on, man. We got to stop. Yes, we lost game one, but do you remember what happened leading up to the loss? The double big lineup was not the cause of success in this game. Senga says we're not going to argue as a win. After a win, we keeping this going. We'll work. Do you want another experience? No, I want my regular starting lineup back, Senga. I want my regular starting lineup back. Because if I'm Rick Carlisle, I'm going to put your Karl Anthony Towns in pick and roll all day. And then I'm going to put Mitchell Robinson in pick and pop scenarios with Miles Turner. Miles Turner gives Mitch the business. By the way, this is not a call-up show. Please do not call up. It's the podcast. I hate stats because it's easy to fall back on. All you have to do is find a stat that fits. No, I'm not finding a stat that fits the narrative. No, the facts are the facts. The Knicks, we were down 13 in the third quarter. When we subbed out, we were still down 13. Double big lineup didn't cut into the lead. It wasn't until we went with Deuce and we had, we went away from the double big lineup. That's what cut into the lead. We cut it down to 8 in the third quarter. There was no double big lineup. Had nothing to do with that. Had nothing to do with that. Got into the fourth quarter, no double big lineup in the fourth at all. At all. I just showed it to you. No double big lineup at all. Double big lineup did not win the game. Anybody who's telling you that, they're not watching basketball for real. They're not watching basketball for real. Show me a Knicks team without Brunson. I'll show you a Knicks team not in the playoffs. I don't know about not in the playoffs, but they wouldn't be where they are now. That's a fact. But Crime's that, why are you defending Brunson? Nobody's is slighting Brunson, though. Brunson is the captain. What are you talking about? I think they would have won if they would have kept the same lineup, J-Tab. I'm going to keep it funky. They would have won if they would have kept the same lineup. And if that's the argument, why did he close with that lineup? Salute to you, Knicks will be champs. You in the middle of a debate right now, Knicks will be champs. No, it did not. The double big lineup did not help win the game. Did not. You were down 13. You were down 13, and since the last time we saw the double big lineup, you were down 13 in the game. How could you say the double big lineup helped you win the game when you were down 13? It didn't cut a dent into no lead. You lost the first quarter with the double big lineup. It didn't give you no fast start to nothing. Okay, Senga, I got you. The rotation that led to the game, but to be honest, you could easily out comes Josh Hart, in comes Shaman, out come Bridges, in come DeLon Wright. Simple. That doesn't take a double big lineup to do. There's no argument. J-Tab's my man. He just likes the double big lineup. No, he closed with the lineup because the lineup was the actual lineup that was working, bro. The lineup that was working was DeLon Wright, Shamet, Hart, Towns, and Deuce. That was the lineup that was working. Once again, stop calling the call-up line. This is not a call-up show. Hey, yo, pause that, J-Tab. Still my man, though. Pause that. The objective Knicks fan, double big lineup, wasn't responsible for being down 13. Says who? Says who? Do I got the number on the screen or something? But why are people calling the call-up line? Hey, yo. No, I might, no, listen to it. No, the logic of what I'm saying, Lucky, we didn't have no substantial lead because of the big lineup either. The big lineup didn't cause a lead. What lead did the big lineup cause? When we went away from the big lineup, the game was tied. Nah, ain't no call. Nah, J-Tab, there's no call-up show. Let me move forward, man. And then, of course, we eventually won the game. I don't think there's nothing else to talk about with that. Guys, stop calling the call-up line. Why are people calling the call-up line? I don't understand. Cause Crimes Dad, why are we calling the Crimes Dad the call-up show number? J-Tab, are you telling them to call the number? All right, where was I at? Anything else I want to talk about? What's this, number 9? Oh, yeah. I forgot to go into this bag, too, because I got lost into the game, but I hope Coach Tibbs is not following the media and the call-up show advice. Because the Knicks starting five has struggled as a unit, right? And this is what, all of the analytics, the minus 29 and all that, this sounds great. Talk about stats, J-Tap. It was the stats that caused them to make the change to the lineup. But my thing is that Game 1 was a historic fluke, right? It was a historic choke job. You were winning the game. Only thing you have to do is clean up the last 3 minutes. Indiana does not have an adjustment to stop Towns and to stop Brunson. You could only stop yourself. Because of that one fact alone, you should win the game. I got the chat heated. Hey, man. Listen, man, I'm going to keep it real, man. Listen, I'm the objective fan, bro. I'm not the objective Brunson fan. I'm not the objective double big lineup fan. I'm not the objective Coach Tibbs fan. I'm not. I called Coach Tibbs out. I'm like, yo, ballsy move. I wouldn't have done it. Not with my season on the line. It's not like y'all making it seem like we got smacked by 25 in Game 1 and Game 2. Game 1 and Game 2 was close. We was up 14 points in Game 1. There is no change that, we got to make this drastic change. No. Only thing you have to do is perform better in the clutch. That's it. Don't make the mistakes in the clutch. Lapses on three-point defense, not communicating. That doesn't mean change the lineup. Don't listen to these people. These people are not basketball aficionados. Read the media. Read social media. We don't know. Come on, dude. The double big lineup didn't cause us to be down by 13. It didn't help. It didn't give us a 13-point lead. What did the double big lineup yield? Nothing. If you want to say the chain reaction of this guy having to come in, Ant subbing in, okay, but you could have did that with the regular lineup. Crimes Dad, stop. What is the XP? I got to do my research. No, J-Tap, we wanted Cam to go. We wanted Cam to get up out of there. We talked about that on the call-up show. All the changes that he made was changes we said on the call. It's funny. It's like literally all the changes. Oh, yeah, Shaman should get out there. oh yeah, the long right over campaign. Like, it's like, was they listening to the call-up show? It was kind of scary. I don't know. That was weird, man. All the changes we said he had to make, he made. I didn't agree with the double big lineup, but y'all were calling for it. I talked about Towns' big fourth quarter already. Don't want to get to old stuff. So I guess I'll just get into some smoke of the week, man. I get into some smoke of the week, man. So initially, like I said, if we would have lost this game, my smoke of the week would have been towards the Knicks. But we won the game, so I got to shift gears. So it's a couple of different smokes. But I'm going to give one smoke to Reggie Miller, man. You know what I'm saying? Because he be capping, bro. Reggie Miller, and once again, dog growls. You know what I mean? Got to get the dog growls going. Reggie Miller be trying to act like he's objective on TV, like he's an objective fan. He watching the game, and we got to listen to him talk, and he's like, yeah, the Knicks need to... Every time Reggie Miller say the Knicks need to do this, I feel like in the back of my mind, he's laughing, and he's hoping the Knicks lose the game. So when Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart's best friend, Tyrese Haliburton, when he goes and does the choke joint, Reggie Miller does this and he points at him. We got to listen to this dude. He sounds so fair and, oh, the Knicks have to do this to win. And then if the Knicks do this, then, oh, yeah, the Mitchell Robinson, he is the key to, like, very objective on the air. But he goes and points to Tyrese Haliburton like, ha, Indiana, stand up. And this guy's a commentator. Salute to the great Mike Breen. Mike Breen is a legend. Mike Breen would never do that. He would never do that. When Mike Breen goes on, he's with ABC, right? So when he's on ESPN and ABC, Mike Breen, you would never know he worked for the Knicks. I remember when Jeff Van Gundy was there, right? And Mark Jackson, right? And Jeff Van Gundy asked him one time, "Hey, you work for the Knicks? Because this was when Obi was with the Knicks, and Obi took a three and missed it bad. So Jeff Van Gundy asked Mike Breen, "You watch the Knicks? You with the Knicks? Does Obi normally shoot that shot?" And the way Mike Breen gave the answer, he kind of curbed it. Like, nah, this ain't had nothing to do with New York right now. I am working for ESPN. I am working for ABC. I don't know nothing about the Knicks. But this guy right here can't help himself because he's a goddamn pacer. And it's a shame that the NBA and TNT will put this dude on the air. Now we got to listen to him talk every night. I don't want to hear this guy talk. And then you guys would tell me not to do the live play-by-play because you want me to do post-game call-ups so you guys can call the number. You guys got to stop calling the number because this is not a call-up show. And now I got to sit here and listen to this guy right here, and this is how he really feels about you. So I don't know if I should give him the smoke of the week or should I give it to TNT. But y'all very deliberate. Y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all want to aggravate New Yorkers. And I want to say mission accomplished because I got to listen to this guy break down the game. And I swear to God, every time he wants to give a Knick a favorable light, I'm like, Reggie, you know you're not rocking with that. So let me see. That's my first smoke of the week, man. I don't like... I just don't like having to listen to dude. And then you know what? This dude, Paul Pierce, is another weirdo, right? Former player. This dude, you would really believe that he played for the Indiana Pacers, bro. He got on the shirt. He at work. He's at work. He's not on his podcast or on YouTube. He's at work with the Choke 2.0 signs. You're a Celtic. And you're rocking with the Pacers? because you hate New York? You know what that's like, guys? That's like me coming on a live, and the Pacers, you know, let's say they beat the Knicks, and now they playing against the Celtics. I'm going to go put on a Boston Celtic Larry Bird. Could you imagine me in a Larry Bird anything? And I'm like, yeah. Screw the Pacers, man. I'm rocking with Boston now. This dude is a clown, bro. What are you doing, bro? You're a Celtic. How do you jump ship and now you riding with the Pacers? As you can see, I have this for my New York fans. Hey, listen, New York fans, don't get mad at me, Pierce said while he was standing up holding the shirt. Don't get mad at me. The picture's from the New York Post. Dude, you're a clown. They sent this to me, and I was just like, all right, I like to read the New York Post. I'm a fan. I love this, though. Guys, I love this because they lost. They gonna lose. This is for you, Indiana. This is for you, because you're the ones that choked. I don't know why y'all would think that even going to this is a good idea. Y'all lost the series. There's no way me personally, if I was his handler, I'd say, yo, don't do the choke. No, it's a bad omen. Don't do it. Don't recommend it. If you do the choke symbol, you're going to lose. Don't do it. You want the moment. You got your moment. And now you're going to lose. But Paul Pierce, to me, is just a clown, bro. Like, why are you going so hard? Riding with another team. It's one thing to say you want me to lose. Okay. But now, you want to ride with the Pacers? Where do they do that at? It's crazy to me. Like, he's a fan, bro. Like, you need to, you know what? You need to pack up all your 18 championships and all your retired numbers from Bird to Bob Cousy to Bill Russell. You need to pack all that up and trade it for Indiana Pacers with no banners, right? Maybe Reggie Miller might be up there. I don't know. I don't ever look at their roof. You know why? There's no camera that ever shows the Indiana rooftop because ain't nothing up there to show. What we gonna show? An Eastern Conference Finals and a Reggie Miller jersey. That's it. You gonna go and ride with these dudes? I'm off Paul Pierce. Anyway, I'm going to do word on the street, get up out of here, man. Salute to you guys for rocking with me. I know I might have got some of you guys upset with the whole double big lineup, but I'm telling you the truth, man. This is why you subscribe to the channel. By the way, subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, hit that like button so more cool Knicks fans see the video. And if you are a subscriber, consider joining the channel. And guess what? That's what we're going to talk about right now. Why you should consider joining the channel. First off, when you join the channel, we got 2 cool packages. I'm only going to talk to you about the starter Knicks fan packages. I'm getting ready to rebrand these packages too. It's going to be something totally different. But right now, it's the starter Knicks fan and the hardcore Knicks fans. And I'm always adding to the package. By the way, when you join the membership, you get access to the Knicks Tape Madness Discord server, which you see some of these people are in here right now. J-Tap, Knicks will be chance 25-26, right? Yuri, all these guys are in the Discord server. Discord server is a private Discord server, right? It's not a free-for-all, everybody in there. So I think that when you have a private Discord server, it makes for a more quality product. We have great conversation. Got something in my eye. We have great conversation. We talk about the Knicks 24/7. I cover the Knicks every single day, even when the series is over and the season is over. I'm still talking Knicks. We talk about the Knicks 24/7. We got 24/7 Knicks chat, and we talk about every other sport as well, right? It's a fire Discord. You know, every time there's a game, we up in there conversating, having good conversation. Post game, you know, I had an epic rant, an epic voice note rant that's lost in the midst of all the other chats that's in there. Where I just was so mad. I just was so mad that I thought we was blowing the game. But it's a great place to connect and extend the conversation with me. And and all the other people you see here. Of course, all the members got the cool badges. You see all of us, all of them in the chat. J-Tap, right? He got the yellow joint, Crimes Dad with the green, right? A couple of dudes got the blue. So when you become a member, you get the stars with the different colors. And then also I do member only live shows, right? I do members only live videos as well. But most of the time what I do is I put the chat on members only, right? When I want to focus, I want to go in, I want to black out, members only mode, not blackout, but you know what I'm saying? I just be going there, right? And then also members get priority reply to comments. I drop content every single day. Whether it's a video, whether it's a poll, it's always going to be something that I'm going to drop on this channel every single day. So I get a lot of comments. As soon as I see them stars, I reply to it every single time. Salute to my man George Bryce as well. George Bryce was somebody who commented a lot. When I looked at the analytics, George Bryce is one of the leading commenters on this channel. So one day he just said, you know what, I'm gonna become a member so I can see so you can see all of my comments. And every time I look for his comment, because he comments on every single thing. So priority reply for comments. Once again, for exclusive photos and status updates. I mean, I posted basketball footage of me. Oh, and I gotta so this week I think I'm gonna get outside. I'm not gonna record because I gotta get my game right. I can't come on camera looking crazy, but I will be starting going outside, and I will be doing lives from the court, whatever, for the members as well. That's coming too. But I also got this series called The Unfiltered Thought, where I black out, I go in. I'm probably gonna record something tonight. Basically, I just go in and I talk about things that sometimes I don't want to talk about on the regular YouTube. I think the last video was the Jason Tatum. When people try to say the only reason why we beat the Celtics, I talked about that. But and there's a lot more, and there's a lot more coming as well. So that's what you get on that side. Of course, members always get shouted out. Salute to all the members. I do appreciate you guys. And another thing too, you get when you join the channel, you get discount on the merch. So like I showed you guys earlier, the Bodega Cat t-shirt, Captain 11 hoodie, right? All of the t-shirts, or everything that's in the merch shop, members get a discount on those items, all right? So I'm going to get to my final segment before we shut it down. We're going to do word on the street, man. So word on the street, basically, I do polls every day mostly, or at least every other day, where I try to get a feel for how Knick Nation is feeling. So we're going to review some of these results. All right, so I'm going to start here. Knicks Nation, it's game day. Knicks versus Pacers. What's your honest game thoughts? Now, this is talking about game one, of course. I ain't gonna lie. I selected please don't lose. 32% of the 251 votes said Knicks, please don't lose. It's split. 33% say Knicks in 5. Other 33% say F the Pacers and Haliburton. Okay, that's how you guys feel. All right. Let's see. The Objective Knicks fan. I'm sorry. I'm bugging. I've read the name of the channel. I'm going to read the poll. So the next poll got 290 votes. With the Knicks loss last night to the Pacers, was this the worst collapse you've ever seen? Now, this was after the game one collapse. I'm going to say yes. It's never been done in history. 900 and some time. I think it's 944 games, something crazy like that. We've never seen a team drop 14-point lead in a playoff, and it happened. And so I think that was the worst collapse I've seen for the Knicks from a Knicks standpoint, right? And 66% of the 291 votes say yes, 34% say no. A lot of you guys, and if I click on the comments, a lot of you guys were referencing a lot of the old stuff, even other sports, Packers versus Seahawks, right? John Bostick, onside kick, right? 94 Eastern Conference Finals, right? Let's see. Reggie Miller, 8 points in 9 seconds. That was crazy, right? So yeah, a couple of things. I thought I saw my man KF. KF, where are you, KF? Don't disappear. KF is an Indiana Pacer fan. To all my Indy people, do not disappear now. We only just begun, guys. Trust me, the dance has just begun. Don't disappear now. We seen Boston Celtics fans disappear. We seen Detroit. Oh, forget Detroit Pistons. Those dudes were the crazy. Get them up out of here. They really thought they had a chance to win. I'm glad to see those guys disappear. Anyway, the next part I'm talking about, the new All-NBA defensive team was just released, and Knicks wing OG Anunoby did not make the team. Was this a snub? I think so. I thought he should have been the first teamer. No way I'm putting 10 other guys in front of OG Anunoby on the defensive team. It's a shame, but most Knicks fans agree. After the second Knicks crushing defeat to the Pacers, what would you attribute the losses to? Okay, 250 votes. I'm going to say the starters dropped the ball. 251 votes, 16% say they're not good enough to win. 61% say bad coaching. And 21% say starters dropped the ball. And by the way, you could go vote for these polls as well. They are in the community section, right? I drop these every single day. After playing a league high 914 minutes together, the Knicks are considering changing the starting lineup. Should the Knicks bench Josh Hart in favor of Mitch? No! Keep Hart in the starting lineup. Of course, y'all disagree. That's why y'all was angry on this video. Sorry. But 227 votes. 89% say start Mitch over Hart, leaving only 11% saying that otherwise. I'm still riding with the 11%. I think Hart should not be out of the starting lineup. And Hart showed you his value down the stretch of this game. Do you think you would have had the same level of success if you sub Hart out, put Mitch back in? I don't think so. After the Knicks bounce back victory against the Pacers last night, what was the most impactful adjustment? I'm going to say, like I said already, playing Shamet and Wright. 165 votes, 76% agree. They said playing Shamet and Wright. So all my double big lineup people, remember, like 200 some of y'all wanted to start the double big lineup. But the biggest adjustment last night was the 76% say playing Shamet and Wright. 18% say starting the double big lineup. So some of you guys are still holding on strong to that. And 6% say sitting Brunson after his fifth foul. That's all for word on the street, man. Let's see. So Maxine sent a gift. Wait, hold on. Maxine sent the membership gift and you got it? How does that work? That's crazy. So Maxine gifted herself with a membership? Salute to you, Maxine, for becoming a member. I don't know how you did that. That was the weirdest thing I ever seen, but it's crazy. That's crazy. J-Tab agrees. Yeah, that was crazy. That has to be a good. There's no way. You know what? I'm a gift one. I'm a gift one, y'all. I'm a gift one. I'm a gift one right now. Since Maxine gifted herself, I don't know how she did that. That was crazy. I'm a gift one right now. How about that? I'm a gift one right now. Let me membership gifting. Okay, membership gifting. Let's see if this goes through. Oh, man, hold on. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Damn, I ain't got... I forgot my card information is not saved here. I don't got my wallet. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Let me try this one. I ain't got the right... My cards are locked. Oh, man. I'm going to do it next time. Because my card... I don't got my other cards on here. I'm going to do it next time, man. Let's see. Oh, snap. Crimes Dad, you did it for me. Salute to Crimes Dad, man. He came through in the clutch. I'm still going on the next live. I'm gonna give out a membership to make up for Maxine. But I'm gonna give us big time salute to Maxine becoming a member first, right? She gave it to herself, which was crazy. Salute to Luna Jean becoming a membership, right? Salute to JJP NYC becoming a membership again. Salute to Beeman Boys. I think the Beeman Boys, this is your second time becoming a member too. And salute to Capo becoming a membership, man. Salute to Crimes Dad for stepping up to the plate, man. I'm definitely going to give out more on the next show. The next show will be tomorrow, guys, by the way. Post game. We're doing a post game joint tomorrow. Win, lose, or draw. But thank you, Crims Dad. I appreciate you and salute the Crims. Well, let's see. Any more crazy chats? I do. Oh, by the way, and to all the new members, I'm gonna do a welcome post right after this live so you guys could be able to take advantage of everything you get as a member. On Dios. Oh, snap. On Dios got a membership too. That's crazy. Salute to On Dios. Supermom. And check On Dios out on IG. Spelled the same way. Maxine, she gifted another membership out. Is that PL? Is that Pistol P? Okay, Pistol P. Salute to you, Pistol P. In the building. All right. I'm still going to give out the membership, even though Maxine, she covered her mistake, but that's fantastic. Thank you, Crim's Dad, once again, man. But listen, guys, this was a super long pod. I don't even know what the time is because my recording got cut short, but I want to thank you guys for rocking with me. To all the new channel members, I do appreciate you guys. Salute to the chat as always. Like I said, we'll be here tomorrow night. Crim's Dad, what you want me to wait on? Crim's Dad telling me to wait. I got to wait. Crim's Dad wants me to wait. What you got to tell me, man? What you got to tell me, Crim's Dad? Crim's Dad, only because this guy's a member, I allow him to do his antics. All right? This guy's one of the loyalist members. I'm going to let him do his antics, but in the meantime, while he figures it out, I want to give a big time salute to Crim's Dad. Thank you for, giving out the membership. Salute to Maxine. Salute to J-Tap, Mixtape Madness, Discord server, and channel members. And J-Tap, you was one of the oldest channel members on this channel, too. I mean, not just members, but mods, right? Salute to Pistol P. Salute to Tendril, I see you. To all the new members, On Dios, JJP NYC, Capo, all you guys. Salute to Yuri, who was in the building early. Mixtape Madness, Discord server, channel member. Knicks will be champs, 25-26. Miguel P. Tendril, of course, channel member. Mixtape Madness, Discord server. Salute to, I said Miguel P. E. Gibson, salute to you. Lucky Visions, salute to you, Lucky Visions. Good seeing you in the chat. It has been a minute since I saw you. Sanga, salute to you. No worries, it wasn't a debate. We just disagreed. I want to give a big time welcome to everybody that was in here, man. I do appreciate all you guys. Knicks, we are not done. We could get it done. And that's all for this pod. So until next time, let's go Knicks. And Knicks in. I ain't going to do no more predictions, man.